Life Resilience Project is a project of 3 countries, Italy, Spain, and Portugal. And thanks to Ben, thanks to another webinars, Francine, Pascal, Stefan, Blanca, is very interesting, is compartilhar this. I think that a phrase of my friend Albert Einstein says, insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And now I expect my presentation. What is Xylella fastidiosa? With now in this webinar is a pathogen bacterium cause disease in different words. Is detected in 2030 and obviously in Sartophyllity in Puglia, no? Is we speak many things of Xylella. I go to objective of this project. Prevent and mitigate the spread of through a more resilience and sustainable quality production system. A performance with between olive varieties, evaluate offspring and select potential new varieties resistant to Xylella fastidiosa. These new genotypes will constitute conservation alternatives for the areas and extreme value resource in the case hypothetical advance of this disease. Demonstrate that sustainable farming practices include natural vector methods will help prevent to spread mimic intensive plantation less vulnerable to attack this disease. The action of the project is a evaluate crosses between olive varieties, new genotypes resistant to Xylella, increase their capacity to adapt to climate change, identify best practices and sustainable technology, increase biodiversity, and reduce water consumption, carbon footprint, involve multidisciplinary actors in the international cooperation that provides a new strategy for this prevention of Xylella fastidiosa and the option of UA environment politics and policy. And now the partners is Balan Agritur is the resident in Spain, is a farmer in Carmona, is near of Sevilla, is Greenfield, Agri-Food, University of Córdoba, Conselho Nacional de Research of Bioeconomy is Toscana, and Philip Berrio is a farmer in Italy. Cerqueirão is a farmer in Portugal. Balan Agriculture is a farmer in Spain. Now, the problem of the soil is a good problem, and 20% of the soil are in the productivity is the result of the FAO. Now, the soil, because the soil is very structured, no, is when this life is soil, the life is in the soil, and the soil is very structured. It is very important because the soil analytic methodology is macro and micro, but the largest amount of nutrients are not detected by routine soil analysis, is underground, not superficial. It's very important to look that lies. And forms of nitrogen and farming or cropping system. The crops is lucerne, beans, clovers, because these plants is noduling bacteria. See as rhizobium and using azospirium, using composting. There are many different species of bacteria and fungi that can populate in the soil. It's very important. And now, what is important? Biodiversity of the species, thermal regulation, organic matter, because in these countries, in Portugal, Spain, and Italy, many things of the soil is organic matter very low. Root development, egg population, mesofauna, and mist regulation. And one thing I thought the thermoregulation, whereas when we have cover crops, is very different thermoregulation in the soil. Tilled soil, how vulnerable is expecting? I don't know, because the farmers now is very old and different mind of thinking, and tillage soil are vulnerable. Soil crusting, wind, water, tillage, erosion, temperature extreme, water extreme. Is very difficult to speak and say the farmers, but don't move the soil. The variety type of soil is very important. The structure is very important and different. Pluviometry is very important, because tillage creates zinc problems, accelerate the soil degradation, accelerate soil erosion. It's very difficult to stay a conservation of soil in the olives, in the almonds, in the vine. It's very difficult to say a farmer and is a natural runs in the soil. I'll say roots is very important of different species. Now is a now is a key. What the name is? This is now is nabo, is turnip, unskol is in a brassica. Is very important for the root, because the penetration of the soil is very important, because this very water storage simply channel provide a bifat with carbon. It's CO2 respiration is very important of the soil, the different types of the different species. Now is cover crops cocktail, because it's important for organic matter and is important for diversity, because the soil and the roots and the flowers is for auxiliary insects and another things for combat the Xylella fastidiosa. Carbon convert of the soil protection every day, every year. And another thing is very important, because the crop biomass is the limit with you sequester of carbon, and plant biomass is very important. Only is living, only is dormant, only is dead. Is important for us, because the temperature of soil is 20 graus. The different if you have a cover crops or no is very, very important for us. And now is important this carbon and organic matter, because this relation in organic carbon matter is that calculation, the measure of emission in the carbon is very important for us and for Europe with the sequester of carbon. The important ills of soil biology, because the soil is good, the tree is good, everything is good if you are healthy. Is decompose biomass, recirculate the CO2 atmosphere, pathogen is very important, improve water quality, water storage, water flow, water infiltration, because now the climate change is very important for us, the water, and carbon is the backbone of food security. Photosynthesis, free energy source, soil biology, the exudates is very important. The residues of protect against soil erosion, increase nutrient, increase soil structure, increase infiltration. The carbon in food security is very important, okay? And now the sun. The sun is power of life through the carbon cycle. And we need in this project with olives and almonds, not very different, but you speak in the another almonds, pecan, nuts, avocado, and 5 years is not very sun in this in the soil, is very important. The cycle of the soil. The soil is Earth's living skin, and sun is only energy for life on Earth. It's very important. The agriculture produce manage plant to capture soil energy and transformation in vegetable carbon that feeds our life on Earth. Is very important. The hours of north the sun. The carbon cycle is the photosynthesis is very important, but is biology when we have 12, 30 years, I speak with my professors with photosynthesis. We speak in photosynthesis many things, but the real what is photosynthesis is very important for us. And carbon energy flow is very important. The nutrients, what you don't see in the soil, is very important. The roots, the exudates, microbials, soil fauna is very important. Yes, the organic matter fusion, carbon, the cycle with organic matter with crop biomass. When I speak with the projector in UA, he speak with me what you do the measure of the sequester of the emissions of the carbon. I say that in Portugal we have values and measure of quality of the sequester, and is the organic matter and crop biomass is a relation very strong and natural fertility. It is very important, the biomass and the protector of the soil. And now organic matter is 58% of carbon and crop biomass is 45, 46, 40. Is very important in this soil. Because if you have a good soil, a good nutrients, you have a good plant. But the rule in carbon is biodiversity, is the conservation of the agriculture. Many problems in the olives and the almonds is maintain the conservation of the soil. Many rules. It is very important conserve the soil, increase stability of the system, increase the carbon storage, reduce nutrients, lose the groundwater effects, and more pronounced with increased CO2 and nitrogen application. Increase resistance to exotic species is very important. More efficient and nutrients capture and decrease susceptibility to disease is a good soil, a good conservation of soil, and the biodiversity is very important in this matter. What is species? How number of species is very different because various species is auxiliary of insects. Erosion is the soil. What the soil? The pH, the soil. What the pluviometry of the zone is very important. Plant species, various species, not only gramines, leguminosas, brassica is very important. The different species and different families, because the functional diversity and composition is very important for this work in the insects, in the environment is very important because the climate change is technology and farm practice these challenges, effect of soil tillage, effect of sequestered carbon is very important. This because is one more species, more soil and more roots, and this slide of multi-species cover crops is carbon is bottom line in is very different. Immediate yield increase, combat insects, break disease, mitigate climate extremes is very important in these benefits of the carbon. And the major farmers, the major association you don't think the soil, and the soil is the pool of these moments. And this slide is very opportunity, because you know, for the plants, but the roots is very important. The roots you work in trichoderma, mycorrhizas is very important to rhizobium, is very important, and other things. We in this project we need that heart of the field is the soil. Is very important, because the new generation of the farmers, I think that see this another measuring the soil and another microorganisms. Is very important, is the team of this live resilience. The team in Portugal is the team in Italy, is the team in Spain. Is very important of us, because important this webinar to explain everything, and the work is many important. It's only the heart that one can see regularly, but is essential, is invisible to the eye. Yes, important these moments. And thanks. I speak very good. And Ben, thank you for this invitation.